What's good, Ninja? OG over here from Player Essence, and welcome to another PE News. Today we're going to be talking about Dragon Quest as an official launch date for Dragon Quest XI PS4 and PC this September, but the Nintendo Switch version is coming out much later than that according to Square Enix. We also have the latest media create sales charts as well. The Nintendo Switch keeps things rolling, and then also Kirby Star Allies just got an update as well, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so we're starting off with Dragon Quest XI for the PlayStation 4 and the PC. That will launch this September 4th to be exact, North America and Europe. And then once again, the Switch version is also planned, but it's coming out much later according to Square Enix, and we'll get into details about that, and I'll go over kind of my own thoughts on that as well. So Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age will launch for the PlayStation 4 and the PC via Steam on September 4th. In North America and Europe, Square Enix has officially announced, guys, this isn't some type of retailer leaking or anything like that. This is official because I did get some word about a retailer leak for like September 15th, and then we got this information, but this is the correct information, September 4th in terms of Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age. Now, the Square Enix store will also sell some exclusive editions of it, so the PlayStation version of Dragon Quest XI, there'll be details at a later date on that. Now, there'll also be pre-orders as well in terms of bonuses. So you have the Legend Reborn, the PlayStation 4 theme, as an instant reward if you pre-order it through the PlayStation Store, as well as an in-game downloadable content when the game launches. More details on that. So we do have some more information in terms of what's going down with the Switch version, and then I'll talk about my own opinion on it. So here's what Square Enix had to say in a statement about that. So we are developing the Nintendo Switch version for North America and Europe. We are developing the Switch version for Europe and North America, but development is expected to take a long time from a technological standpoint as well. So we still have a long way to go until its release. Now, Square Enix also talked about how the 3DS version is not coming, because a lot of you guys are thinking, okay, well, what about the 3DS version? Is that going to be coming over for Nintendo fans this September? But that is a negative. So no on that one as well. And here's what Square Enix had to say on that. Our aim with Dragon Quest XI and the Dragon Quest brand is to grow the audience in the West. From a business point of view, it made strategic sense to release the 3DS version in Japan in 2017. For the West in 2018, it made the most sense to focus on the PlayStation 4 and PC Steam platforms. So Square Enix is essentially saying, we're going to focus on this and kind of pushing Nintendo fans just a little bit aside when it comes to the 3DS version of the game. Now, I've already heard some conspiracy, or I wouldn't say conspiracy, but I've already heard some people saying, oh, well, maybe Square Enix and Sony, they did a deal on the PlayStation 4 for exclusivity in terms of timed exclusive, and that could be the case. I'm not ruling that one out, but they didn't say anything like that, but they usually don't talk about stuff like that anyway. They didn't talk about the Crash Bandicoot exclusivity deal or anything like that. So maybe that was in place, maybe it wasn't. But either way, I'm still excited for the PC and PS4 release. I'll probably pick it up on PS4, and then I'll double dip on the Nintendo Switch when that does come out. Just because, you know, it's one of those things to where I want to play the game. It's not like one of my highly anticipated. Like, it's one of my most anticipated, but it's not up there with Project Octopath. It's not up there with some of the other games, Smash Brothers, and some of the other games that are coming out. Now, it's still really high. I still want to play this game a lot, but I'm looking forward to Valkyria Chronicles 4, Shin Megami Tensei, and there's more RPGs that I'm looking forward to more than this one. Heck, even like The World Ends With You, I'm even looking forward to that one, maybe slightly more than Dragon Quest. But this game is still looking really good. I think it's still going to be really good. I'm really liking what they're doing with the gameplay and everything with the Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age. It looks like it's going to be a ton of fun to play through. So overall, I'm not too upset about the delay, but I can understand why other people are upset that they're not going to be able to play it this year. Dragon Quest is a fantastic franchise. A lot of people want to get into it, and I can see both sides, right? I can see Square Enix's side a little bit in terms of them saying, yeah, this is more of a business deal with the 3DS version, and the Switch version, technological, you know, setbacks or whatever the case is kind of holding it back, which is one thing that we kind of have to just take at face value for right now, right? We don't have any proof or anything that that's not the case with the Nintendo Switch version of the game. I mean, the game is beautiful. It's a vast open world in Unreal Engine 4. We've seen what happens when you don't optimize your bigger, open, kind of open-ended Unreal Engine 4 games. You have issues, and a game that's as big as this game here, you definitely want to make sure that things run good. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, well, they're lying about that like some people have already done. Not going to do that at all. Basically, I'm just going to say, like, hey, you know what? That's what they said. technological issues that's causing them to hold it back. And since it's much later, according to them, I'm thinking that it's going to be a 2019 release. So early 2019, this is September, so that's like a Q3. So maybe it makes it this year, maybe much later is at the end. I mean, I don't know what their definition of much later is. That's the one thing. Much later could be 3 months from then, so much later that would still be 2018, but then much later could be like a year from this point. So you never know with these type of things. You don't know where it's going to go, but overall not too upset, to be honest. There's a ton of great RPGs that are coming out on the Nintendo Switch this year, but I can understand for others who are upset about it. No 3DS version also hurts as well, because that one was actually unique because of the 2D and the 3D in terms of what they're doing there. So that one's kind of tough for 3DS users out there, and I think that it would have actually sold well on the 3DS if they decided to localize it, which from what I understand, all the dialogue and everything is the same. But since there's no voice acting in the game at all, as in there's no voice acting in any versions of this game, PS4, PC, there's no voice acting. So I would think that it would be something that they can just easily do, right? Since they're already doing a localization script for PC and Steam. So to me, it just seems like a little bit of a low blow, and I get it. They're being business savvy, I guess. But at the same time, it's unfortunate for 3DS users. So what do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts in terms of Dragon Quest XI, the release date, what's going on. Let me know all of that in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next story here. We have the Media Create sales charts for March 19th, 2018 through March 25th, 2018. We got Ni no Kuni 2 and Valkyria Chronicles 4 in the same week, but unfortunately it seems like none of them really picked up in terms of sales in Japan, but I will talk about that. I don't think it's as big of a deal as some people are trying to make it out to be. So Valkyria Chronicles 4 for the PlayStation 4 was the highest selling new release in Japan for the past week with 62,921 opening sales. Pretty good, not horrible, I guess, but I was expecting it to do maybe a little bit better. But like I said, we'll talk about that. We also had Ni no Kuni 2, The Revenant Kingdom for the PlayStation 4. That released, and that sold 56,014 sales. And Detective Pikachu also came out, another 42,000 plus for Detective Pikachu. And that is the fuller version of the game, because Detective Pikachu actually already launched in Japan, but it was a smaller end one. Now this is the full release with more chapters and everything. Then there's also some other games that came out. Hardware, once again, the Nintendo Switch was the top system sold, so Monster Hunter World not stopping the Switch cold in Japan like some people like to say. The PlayStation 4 sold 23,856 units. Switch, let me go ahead and get into that just a bit, sold 50,412 units. Once again, top system sold in Japan, pretty much beat any system by more than double. We also have the Nintendo 3DS, which is still selling another 11,203 units, which is just pure money in the bag at this point. Now, in terms of the software sales, Kirby Star Allies, once again, another big week. This game is already over 300,000 units in Japan. It sold another 84,625 units, so it's definitely moving systems, or at least helping to move systems and moving copies out there. A lot of people loving the new Kirby game because it pretty much outsold two big releases on install bases that are actually bigger than the Nintendo Switch in Japan. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition also launched in Japan as well. That sold 24,908 units, so I think people kind of had enough of Hyrule Warriors at this point, since it was originally released on the Wii U, then I got another release on the 3DS. This is the third release of Hyrule Warriors, just with more content. So yeah, 24,908, not horrible for a re-release, then again, not the best out there, but it did do okay. It did do okay in terms of a re-release in Japan, and I think it's going to do well in the US too. And I'll also say that with Ni no Kuni and Valkyria Chronicles 4, both of those games are going to do way better in the West. Ni no Kuni, I think, is going to do really good in the West, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. Splatoon 2 still doing great things, another 24,000. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Monster Hunter World is down there at number 8 with 13,000 units, so not bad. And then you also have Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, Attack on Titan games, they're still there, Switch version and PS4. You also have Pokemon that's in the list, Rainbow Six, a lot of great games, man. 1-2 Switch, well, maybe that one's not so great, but Assassin's Creed Rogue rounded up the top 20. That was brand new for the PlayStation 4, the remastered one, not too much, just 3,800 units sold. So overall, once again, Nintendo Switch was number 1, then you have PlayStation 4 that that was number 2, the Nintendo 3DS, and no more Wii U. That's off the list for a while now, and then Xbox One is at the bottom as well. So overall, not bad in terms of sales for the media create. The big takeaways, I think, is that the Nintendo Switch continues to be very steady, 50,000 units, right in that range, really good in terms of for March. Then April, there's a few games coming up too as well. Kirby continues to sell really great in Japan, really helping to move that 50,000 units that Nintendo's kind of been hitting right now at this point. And Valkyria Chronicles 4 and Ni no Kuni 2, a little bit of a smaller start in Japan, but they'll have bigger launches in the West for sure, especially Ni no Kuni like I talked about. And I think Valkyria Chronicles 4 is going to do well as well. So what do you guys think about the numbers here? Let me know your thoughts on the media create sales, what you thought about the different sales here when it comes to Ni no Kuni, Valkyria Chronicles, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, all of that. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below. Alright, I'm moving into the final article here. I actually found out about this one because my Nintendo Switch automatically updated in terms of Kirby Star Allies. So version 2.0 update is now available. You can pick that up, or if you have auto downloads, it'll just download for you as soon as you're connected to the internet. So we've got 5 new Dream Friends that are coming up here, so awesome stuff. So Nintendo's released the version 2.0 update for Kirby Star Allies, added in some cool new Dream Friends and more. So here are the patch notes in terms of what they added. So they added 3 new Dream Friends, Marks, Gooey, Rickenkind, and Ku. Added 1 new celebration picture to complete by completing picture pieces, fixed several issues to enhance gameplay. So some performance issues in there, maybe some problems that was going on. I'm not really sure about those performance or enhancing gameplay fixes because I haven't played a ton of Kirby Star Allies outside of the couple streams that I did and the demo that I played, but overall great stuff. I like the fact that they're still improving it. I don't know if they're going to do any more improvements or any more patch or updates. They might have already stated so or not, but either way, great that the game is doing so well. We heard about the Japanese sales on Amazon. The game was selling really well before launch and continues to be, like, I think in the top 30 for sales. So pretty good stuff there. I thought Kirby was going to do well, but I didn't think it was going to do as well as it's doing in Japan. It's pretty much beaten out the Planet Robobot and also the Triple Deluxe game. It's doing better than both of those. So that's awesome to see, right? Because the Nintendo Switch actually has a lower install base than the 3DS did at the time that those games launched. So great stuff overall, and I'm glad that people are enjoying Kirby. So what do you guys think about Kirby Star Allies with this brand new update? Also the Nintendo Switch version of Dragon Quest 4 PS4 launching September 4th. I'm still excited for it, so I'm gonna pick it up. I said PS4, but now I'm probably thinking PC, since I'm just gonna get a physical edition of the Nintendo Switch version later down the line. So whatever on that one. So yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of Player Essence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming page. Consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship, plus PE Arena, where we play games every Saturday for 4 hours, and you guys get to vote on them as well, so it's pretty cool. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.